Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It is Thursday, May 25th, 2023. This is Liz Fernay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Commissioning week. One of my favorite weeks in Annapolis, so when John called and asked me to take over the podcast this week, it was a no-brainer. And, well, I didn't really have a choice. I do hope you are all able to enjoy the Blue Angels, and I'm sure it was a great show as usual. The one con to being stuck in New York is missing out on that and only getting the grainy social media videos. But now we have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? Annapolis nonprofits are petitioning to Annapolis City Council for a higher budget and fee waivers. The Downtown Annapolis Partnership, Annapolis Arts District, Wiley H. Bates Heritage Center, and the Annapolis All-Stars all were in attendance. Each organization is asking for varying amounts of extra budget or fee waivers, and we'll just have to wait and see if the City Council approves this for fiscal year 24. If you happened to be on I-895 yesterday, you were probably in an unfortunate amount of traffic and constant GPS rerouting. We now know that at around 11:30 a.m., a tanker crashed and turned onto its side, spilling tar all over Moravia Road in northeast Baltimore. According to the Maryland Transit Authority, southbound I-895 was shut down at the I-95-895 split approaching Moravia Road, but the northbound lanes remained open. The spill was cleaned up and the roads reopened at around 3:30 p.m. We'll remind you again later next week, but we are somehow just a week away from June, which means it's Pride Month, and Annapolis Pride will host its third annual Pride Parade on Saturday, June 3rd. This year's theme is protecting LGBTQIA+ youth. Another event to keep on your radar. The Rotary Club of Annapolis just announced the 78th annual Crab Feast will take place on Friday, August 4th. The Crab Feast is a major annual fundraiser for Rotary Club of Annapolis, with all proceeds donated to local charities and nonprofit organizations. Last summer, $50,000 was raised and distributed through the organization's Crab Feast grants programs. Tickets for the Crab Feast and the 50/50 raffle will be going on sale soon, so stay tuned for more details. Bringing it back to the commissioning week updates from the beginning of this episode, a reminder that Friday is graduation day at USNA and we are coming up on Memorial Day, so there will be a lot of tourists and a lot of traffic. Take that into account when planning your weekend. And that's all I've got news-wise. Some podcast stuff up this weekend on the local business spotlight, Annapolis Party Boat. And next up, Modern Dermatology. And that is a wrap. As always, thank you all for being you, and a thank you to our sponsors for today's daily news brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and the Maryland Higher Education Commission. Okay, so you need to hang tight because we have George from DCMDVA Weather with the only locally forecast weather report you will find. And of course, Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. All of that is coming up in just a bit, so hang tight.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMD VA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMD VA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, May 25th. It was another great weather day for the Annapolis region yesterday, and today and tomorrow will be really nice as well, with an improving outlook for the weekend. Look for sunny highs today in the low to mid 70s with breezy winds gusting over 20 miles per hour at times. Ahead of more sun and low to mid 70s tomorrow with lighter winds across the region. As for the weekend, Saturday now looks like it might stay totally dry until at least maybe late at night with mixed skies and temps in the mid to upper 70s for most locations, with more mid to upper 70s Sunday and Monday, along with more mixed skies and a chance of showers each day, making for a fairly nice long holiday weekend on the whole across the entire mid-Atlantic region. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMD VA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And don't forget, follow DCMD VA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Tomorrow, the Creative and Performing Arts of South County in Edgewater is having another art night. One session for ages 7 through 10, as well as another for ages 11 and up. This session's topic is pot painting. At the Willow Flower and Herb Farm in Severn, tomorrow they're making fairy gardens. At Blended Essentials in Severna Park, registration is open for their summer camps coming up in June and running through August. Camps include making candles, soaps, bath bombs, lotions, and more. And each camp has a different theme. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, today their Half Pint Kids Club is doing red, white, and blue cupcakes with an early session at 11 a.m. and a later session at 1 p.m. Tomorrow they have Greek food and Italian fusion dishes and a Ben 201 wine tasting, all with Chef Alba as usual. And then on Tuesday their Half Pint Kids Club is doing turkey and cheese crescent rolls. At Art Farm in Annapolis, Saturday, check out their encaustic experimentation class for teens and adults, making art involving wax. Tuesday, their intuitive painting for adults continues. Then on Wednesday, their virtual botanical drawing critique sessions continue. And for their kids' art camps, tonight there's drawing in watercolors for ages 12 through 15. Saturday, there's experimental art for ages 9 through 12, as well as their kids' art school for ages 6 through 8. And finally, on Wednesday, check out their junior kids' art school for ages 9 through 12. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library system this week, today, Severn is doing a book exchange and tote bag decorating. Bush Annapolis has sewing basics. Linthicum has build and play with Lego. And Eastport Annapolis Neck has a teen art night. Tomorrow, Deal has their SoCo Grows with a plant swap. And then on Saturday, Crofton has Ask a Master Gardener, as well as the life cycle of a plant. Deal's SoCo Grows plant swap continues. And Rivera Beach has a Lego Create Challenge. Up at Unallocated Space in Severn, tonight there's a virtual happy hour. Tomorrow there's a DEF CON 443 cybersecurity meetup. Saturday they have Mini Maker Mayhem all day, building and painting gaming miniatures. Monday is their project night, and Wednesday is their weekly open house. At the Pongos Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club in Crofton, their summer clubs are open, including clubs for gamers, would-be YouTube stars, young inventors, game designers, roboticists, Minecraft builders, and young scientists. And finally, at the Patuxent Lapidary Guild, Saturday they're doing another basic cabochon cutting class. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.